are. We're gonna have a blast. My buddy, Mr. Jefferson. You know the guy I built that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful 16 pill here for not too long, or no, 32 pill here not too long ago, and a beautiful matching 6 pill. Oh, I need my pointing stick. Drop my pointing stick. He's my buddy. Me and him become good friends. He sent me this 16 pill. He goes, I want you to turn it into a 2x8. And I went, yeah, okay, no problem, dude. Yeah, just send it up, blah, 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 blah. So I finally get around to looking at it today. It's been sitting here. There's like cobwebs growing on it and dust. And it's been here for 3 or 4 months. So I start tearing into it today, and I'm like, man, I'm just going to slam this out. I'll rip 6 pills out of this thing, make it 2 driving 6. So I call him up and I said, Mr. J. He goes, yeah, boss man. I said, bro, how far you want me to take this? Because there's some stuff that was in this that was not me. And he goes, listen, I want a BBI 2x8. I said, dude, do you want me to make this into a 2x8? He goes, I want a BBI 2x8. And I went, okay. So that answers all my questions. He goes, do you got me? And I said, yep. All I needed to know is the checkbook was open. So I think I'm going to take my pointing stick, this big hunk of copper. And if I can make this work the way I think I'm going to do, it's going to be kind of cool. You know me and my never-ending love of copper. I love it. I love what you can do with how soft it is, how much current you can pass. I mean, that can pass like a bajillion volts or amps through that little bar. I don't need it to pass like a bajillion. I just need it to pass 200 evenly across 8 transistors. So he told me, make it one of yours. And I went, well, for me to do that, I need to give me a clean palette to work with. A nice, clean canvas. So I'm going to pull parts from this. And I'm going to shoot this like a Tech 9 video. Flipping dig Tech 9. He's my buddy. We talk on the phone all the time. Smart guy. Smart guy. But I'm going to do this kind of like a homage to Tech 9 here. We're going to shoot this in parts. I haven't done one of these in a while. So I got these parts out of it. Now we're going to take everything else out of here that I am going to use. And you guys are going to be shocked how little gets transferred from here to here. But Mr. Jefferson, we're going to build you a BBI 2x8. And as my homeboy Tech 9 says, okay, bye. Okay, Mr. Jefferson, my buddy, Mr. Homeboy, Mr. Motown. I got all the parts out of this I'm going to use. And I know you love these connectors. It's really the only way to fly these days. Alright. Take that, this, and all of these wonderful little goodies. Put them in here. This included. And that should be doing it. So we're going to put the tin for that on the floor. That's it. The rest of this we're going to set aside and we'll figure out what we're going to do with it later, Mr. Jefferson. I'll start stacking stuff over here. And boy, we're going to have a blast doing this, man. We're going to have fun, brother. Let's build you a BBI 2x8. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. See, Mr. 16 pill, gone. How do I do this every damn day? That's right. I got the support of the best woman on the face of God's green earth. I'm here to tell you what. Well, Mr. Jefferson, we're chooching right along, buddy. So where we left off is we had about, what, 8 transistors? 10 transistors? And a total of what, 4 or 5 transformers and some pill strips. It's about the only thing I reused. It is 10 after 3 a.m. in the morning here. Now I gotta go do the social media bit of this game. And yes, as we all know, that means Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Yeah, I'm tired, man. As my buddy Tech9 says, okay. Bye. Mr. Jefferson. Took me a week and a half building this thing in my spare time between working at the other job. Homeboy, you're done. Let's go over here and talk for a minute. So Mr. Jefferson sent me up to this old fat boy of his. He goes, man, I got this way back in so-and-so day. That thing never worked right. I never could get it to do more than about 2,200 watts. I said, okay. He goes, I want you to build me a BBI 16 or 2x8. So initially started taking this apart, and he says to me, he goes, no, you don't understand, BBI. You're not hearing the words leave my mouth. I want a BBI 2x8. I said, are you saying a checkbook's open? He goes, checkbook's open. I said, on it. So what I took out of here and reused was these 8 transistors and these 2 over here for a driver. How that translates to is this over here. 2-pill driver, 8-pill final section. The only thing I reused was the transistors and the input transformers. I did not reuse the wire in the input transformers, and I did not reuse any of the resistors. And I reused the 120 puff caps, these little bastards. Other than that, it's a completely new unit. New cabinet, new case, new fans, new everything. New remote plugs, new power wires, new everything. We'll get this off the bench, and we'll get on to talking about this. So he tells me the checkbook's open, right? Every one of these I do for Mr. Jefferson, I got to make him just a little bit cooler than everything else. He's one of these guys that calls me up and says, man, I turn you loose. Just do your thing. Just create something different for me off the wall. Have fun. Yeah, sure. So I'm sitting on a couch, just got off the phone with him, and he says, man, do your thing. Now, I'm telling you, this took forever to do, and I'm never going to do it again. But I did it. I had this idea pop in my brain. I could see the power wires hanging down loosely and neat and clean from a solid copper distribution bus. I was sitting on the couch, and I could picture this in my head. And I popped up off the couch, and the wife says, what? And I said, I got it. I got to go out here. I got an idea. She said, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. This bar represents about 2.5 days worth of work to make this happen. Between the drilling in the bar and solder and everything, making everything smooth. I had to hand wrap these after I attached them to the wire, because when you get the bar hot enough for it to take solder, the wire is about refried dog poop. Because the jacket gets hot and melts and falls away. I'm telling you, that was a challenge to get those all those wires up there, not to be burnt, discolored, melted, or have the jacket deformed in any way. But since I strive for perfection, look at the solder work. Perfect. Perfect. So I strive for perfection. I discovered that if you take the wires and you put ice cubes clamped on both sides of the wires and then preheat the bar, I want you to think about how much fun that is. Talking rubber bands with ice cubes on there. And I had the idea in my mind and I had to do it. Yeah. Mr. Jefferson, this has been a pleasure as always. Now, no coax crosses itself at any point in this box, by the way. I want to point that out. The RF comes in, comes down the cabinet, comes to here, goes across the variable, comes out the variable and still hasn't crossed itself. Focus, there you go. Still hasn't crossed itself. Comes up, goes to the 2-pill section. Into the 2-pill section, out of the 2-pill section, around, up the coil to the splitter. The splitter takes the RF and equally takes and divides it. RF goes this direction to here, goes this direction to here. On the output side, comes out, goes around the coax, soldered in place, all the length over here to the combiner, combines and back out. At no point does the wires cross each other, ever. That was fun. And the detail to doing that is a chore. Especially like trying to get the jackets trimmed at the same length. That's the kicker. Trimmed at the same length, the same points in the solder point on the board. And the offset of the coax being fed at this angle evens itself out back here. These coaxes are exactly the same length all the way through. Mr. Jefferson, I created you another show trophy. Your 2x8 is born from the ashes of a 16-pill. Buddy, I'm going to put the tin on it, and I think you're going to appreciate the color. Now, my buddy likes his green. I'm here to tell you. I know you do. Check this out. You got green, bro. I flooded the whole inside of this lid with green LEDs. I mean, this son of a bitch, green. Even your on-off LEDs are green. Green. I think you're going to appreciate this, man. Ah, green. It's even overriding the blue LED of the sign up there. Green. All right, enough digging around. Let's turn the lights on. Let's test this son of a bitch. Okay. There's a couple things changed on the workbench. 955 is gone, and I replaced it with a 2950, and it does 0 to 30 watts or whatever. Now I've got sitting over there in a box, brand new from Truck CB Sales, a 955 that does quite a bit more bird. It's been modified. I'm going to put it up here in the hole. But for today, we're going to use the RCI 2950 with a 5-watt slug in between the 2x8 coming out. Goes in the 5-watt bird slug in reverse. Next down is a 1000-watt bird slug in average. Next one down is a 1000-watt bird slug in PEP mode. We're going to run up 14 volts initially, and then we're going to ramp the voltage up a little bit and test it that way. So, that all being said, that's in 1X, that is in face value, and that is in face value. Let's get our baseline set down here. Hello, audio. Focus anytime there, phone. Come on, focus. Focus. Oh boy. Focus. Hello, audio. So all we're going to do is put about 25-30 bird into this thing. That's it. 25 to 30 bird. Let's hit the autofocus button again. Oh, and we're dead key in 1 watt. Base dead key is 1 watt. Variables all the way open. Mr. Jefferson, here's your input tune. We're dead key in 1 watt of reflag. Hello, got down. Hello, got down. It's barely wiggling. Hello. Just lays that peak meter in the corner. Let's go on over here for 2X. Remember, we're only on 14 volts flat. Hello. Still's laying it in the corner. We're going to go on down to 5X. So 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, right? Okay. So we're shooting about 600 bird and about 2,200, 2,300 watts peak. Hold on a second. Now we're going to bump the voltage up a little bit to about 16 volts because that's where Mr. Jefferson likes to play. Hangs out at about 16.5, maybe a little less. I want to show you that there's not that much of a wattage increase, only about 200 watts. As we've seen, it went over to 800 bird just by going up 2 whole volts. It's that pitch change. It makes just the night and day difference. But 2,500. Mr. Jefferson. Damn thing's so bright that I lift my phone up and it screws up the white balance. Mr. Jefferson, you are in top shape, my friend. I'll make sure to put your welding connectors back onto this one. And I'll get up with you here in a couple days and we'll get squared away to get this sucker sent home. Built with pride and built with love and built here in the United States. Oh, I forgot my Made in the USA sticker. Hold on. Much better. Much, much, much better. Take pride in that fact, man. We got to buy the parts from where we can. But it was assembled here in the United States, made by one guy. My name is BBI. Without a shadow of a doubt, I am the biggest mud duck in Idaho. And I am a duck, quackity quack in the pond. Come check us out, www.bbiamps.com. Come check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, God, you name it, man. All over the place. Mr. Jefferson, thank you, bud. Appreciate you. And I got to get ready to switch modes. I'm going to start on a 12-pill 2510 volt box. That's next. But I've got to switch modes. I got to start getting ready for the Bakerman BBI break, which is coming up on the 21st. Please come free of charge, no entrance fee, no nothing. Show up, eat all the wonderful catered food that we're going to have. We're going to have ribs and chicken and slaw and all kinds of stuff that we're having brought in from Portland, catered in from Portland. We're going to give away close to $7,000 worth of raffle prizes. I do believe we're going to have a shootout and some trophies. Open to any and anyone that wants to come. Now, it's like any other public venue. You show up and you act like a fool, we're going to ask you to leave. Other than that, show up. You're going to get a free t-shirt. You're going to get free food. You're going to go home. Probably win some stuff. It's tough, right? We are the only break in the Northwest this year. We're going to put on one hell of a show. And we're doing it with style. I appreciate your all's support. I'm not here without all of you. I don't get to build this cool stuff without all of you. I don't. And I thank you. See you, gentlemen.